Howdy friends, welcome back to another Diablo 2 YouTube video. I decided to do 300 Hell Countess runs in my never-ending search for bigger and better gear. I'm really looking to try and get some different high runes to get, better rune words and stuff. So I decided to do 300 Hell Countess runs and basically wanted to see what would happen if I logged, saved, whatever, every single rune drop that I got for those 300 runs. I know roughly what some of the drop rates are for runes for Hell Countess. It's pretty good, in the long run. It's not as good as doing like LK super chests, but this was actually pretty enjoyable. The character that I'd ran this on is my Nova Sorceress, so doing roughly 3 grand in lightning damage. So I have my Ashudas, Ormus robes, I have my Shaco, Spirit, War Travelers, Chance Guards, Gold Wrap, and then just some, whatever caster rings. And then I have this magic amulet that I have just to give me a little boost for my lightning skill. So nothing, I almost said nothing too crazy, but, pretty solid gear. The runs were pretty easy to finish. I had a pretty good roll for the map. And really, I just wanted to see what would happen if I saved all the data from these 300 runs. So let's jump into the data, and I can show you guys what I saw. So here is my handy dandy spreadsheet that I created to basically track everything. So up at the top here, you can see the runes. This is low to high. The highest rune drop that Hell Countess can drop is a low rune. I also counted for keys. And then there was also a chance to drop no runes, which I thought was pretty interesting. I honestly didn't realize that there was a chance to not get a rune drop. So that was pretty cool to see. So I decided to basically track everything from every run. So if there's a 1, that means, big leap here that I got 1 rune, 1 Tau rune. If I got a double, I did 2. I don't think I got any triples. I think it was just 2, and really just kind of went on like this for every single run. So you can see here is all the data, and then I have some larger totals, and then I was able to put it into some graphs because numbers are fun. So in total, I guess I got 22 keys, so 583 minus 22 was 561 runes total collected. And basically here's how the spread went. I really kind of held on to everything just for just giving insight into what I decided was worth keeping. So I kept all the hell runes because those are really valuable for cube recipes. Basically kept anything hell. I kept a couple in the beginning, Co's not so much. Basically anything foul and above. I was very lucky. I had some pretty good drops. 4 pole runes, which is really good. I had an rune, an ist rune, and then this was really my favorite part. I got 1 low rune in 300 Hell Countess runs. I'm not really sure what the drop rate is, but it was approximately 0.17% drop rate for me. So this, I was actually able to finally make a Zerker barb, so a pit Zerker, which is just a lot of fun. Been trying to make a character with grief for quite some time, so that was really cool. 22 keys, which I actually didn't think was too bad, especially if you're trying to farm torches and stuff like that. You're able to get some good runes. You're able to collect some keys. This is, so you need, was it 3 key sets to get an Uber Tristram, which is equal to 1 portal. So this is roughly 7 torches that you theoretically could get just for, from all these runes. So like I said, wasn't super shocking to see, this is just a pie chart, how the percentages worked out. A lot of lower runes here. The most that I was able to get was Tal to Ort. So kind of in this range here was the majority of it, which there's a lot of really great rune words in this rune, Insight, Raltir Tal Thul, or whatever it is. I'm completely messing that up. Spirit. A lot of your early on, kind of what I call like leveling rune words would really fall into these categories. So it was really good. I would recommend, if you just get to Hell, if this is really the only thing you can do, I think this will really be able to set your account up to do some pretty cool things. And, getting a low rune really didn't hurt. So basically what I did to farm these is, like I said, let me go back to this character here. So I had my sorceress running that you see here in the background. I was just doing players 1 because the magic find and players count do not count towards the rune drop table for the Hell Countess. So these were pretty straightforward to do. So it really didn't take me too long, and it was a lot of fun. So like I said, here's just kind of all the data. Feel free to, stop the video here if you want to dive into it. But I'm curious to see, is this kind of on rate with what other people are seeing? Have you gotten luckier, or have you gotten any, I would have really liked to have gotten more, ist plus. But, you know, I'd be curious to see how other people fare at Hell Countess. So I'm going to end this video here. Really, really quick overview, but I just thought it would be something fun to cover. Hey, what does it look like to save every single rune drop and, you know, a couple key drops from 300 Hell Countess runs? 561 total runes. We were able to get a low rune ist pull. So not mad about any of that. So I'm going to end this one here. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. Like would go a long way. Subscribe if you're really enjoying these videos. And let me know if you have, you know, any comments. I like to hear from you. So I'm going to end this one here. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you guys on the next one.